Debbie, what are the advantages and disadvantages, do you think, of the independent authors movement?
The advantages include complete freedom, really, to do what you like, to innovate across genres, to not be hidebound by trade publishers' preconceptions. So you can cross genres, you can be inventive, you can be creative. At the same time, the disadvantage is that you don't have somebody constraining you and telling you what to do. So it's up to you to toe the balance, really, to toe the line between being creative and innovative and sensible and commercial and rational. And of course, it's entirely up to you what side of that line you want to stay as well. And for some people, just writing what you want to write and putting it out there is more important than whether you're writing something that happens to match well with the latest trend. So it's flexibility, freedom, and also just being part of an amazing community, because I've never worked in such a generous environment before where everybody is keen to share. Although in a way we're all seeking the same readers, and there's only so many readers in the world, everybody wants to share and share each other's success, and that is very, very refreshing and very motivating as well.
The Alliance of Independent Authors has been campaigning for the publishing industry and the book trade to open up to indie authors. How do you think the reaction has been to this? It's
been very positive from both sides, because those arguments can be seen by different. They are seen by different parties. So for the bookshops, that the book trade have been very welcoming, because they're just so glad that somebody is telling independent authors and guiding them how to behave, and helping them to understand the book trade from the other side of the counter. And I mean, you've been doing that today, of course, with a very good talk I went to this morning, showing authors how bookshops work, how the trade works, how to marry their product with the needs of the book trade. And so it's helping both authors and the book trade have been very grateful, because we're helping everybody work more effectively together. There's less of an us and them feel, and that's been very rewarding to be a part of that.
It's very positive, very positive.
Yes, yeah. Yes, it's in everybody's interest that everybody works together and understands where each other's coming from. And I think that booksellers that I've spoken to have also found it enlightening, because they've realised that actually there are an amazing number of really good self-published authors out there. And of course it's the dilemma is that the self-published books that are meeting the professional standards aren't always obviously self-published. And it's the ones that really are very badly produced that get the flack.
How do you see the independent authors movement changing in years to come?
I think the word self will disappear. I think it will become an old-fashioned piece of jargon, in the same way that talking about vanity publishing is sort of so last century now. I think self-publishing, by the end of this decade, we won't be talking about it anymore. I think that from what I can see, the book trade the trade publishers are learning and absorbing some of the innovation that's been coming from the independent section. I think there will be a lot more crossover. I think booksellers and bookshops are morphing into much more dynamic, creative, almost sort of boutique shops in a way, which is fantastic, sort of moving away from chains where things are all dictated from above. I think there'll be more independence at local level for booksellers, more trust in the staff on the ground to choose and create the selection of books that are right for their local readers. And that can only be good for the independent authors as well, who are so good at working locally and understanding their value as local authors and as niche authors.
Debbie, thank you very much.